Well, right now, the Department of Defense is releasing its findings from an investigation into the cause of a wildfire at Fort McCoy. Also, the self-proclaimed most pro-union president visits the picket lines, this as the UAW strike enters its 12th day. You're watching News 3 Now at noon. Good afternoon, I'm Mark Kane. Thanks for tuning in on this Tuesday. We begin with Green Bay police sending out a statewide alert for a missing man. 41-year-old Christopher Belanger was not been seen since September 6th. He was last seen in Waukesha. Police say he was also reportedly seen in Kenosha and Manitowoc. Belanger may be driving a silver Toyota Sienna minivan with Wisconsin plate AUA 2937. If you spot Belanger or have knowledge of his whereabouts, contact the Green Bay Police Department. There's the phone number, 920-448-3200. We have new information on a wildfire that burned on Fort McCoy's northern border earlier this year. An investigation found that the prescribed burn was not the cause. Army officials said the fire originated in or around McCredden's Pass, over a mile and a half away from where the April 12th prescribed burn was conducted. The cause of the wildfire remains undetermined. However, the Department of Defense ruled out lightning, troop training, and operations. The wildfire burned more than 3,000 acres of land. At least 4 buildings were damaged, with some residents in Monroe County being forced to temporarily evacuate. To continuing coverage now, where a liberal watchdog group is suing a panel Assembly Speaker Robin Vos put together to investigate the impeachment of Janet Protasewicz. The lawsuit asks the judge to order the panel to stop meeting behind closed doors. It argues the panel is a government body, so it should be meeting in public. That's according to the complaint filed in Dane County Circuit Court. A reminder, Assembly Speaker Robin Vos put together the 3-person panel made up of former Wisconsin Supreme Court justices to investigate a potential impeachment of Protasewicz. So far, Vos hasn't said who is on the panel. He did respond to the lawsuit, saying in part, quote, "This complaint is without merit and shows how desperate the left is to change the subject away from the more important issue of the recusal of Judge Protasewicz. So far, she has yet to decide whether she'll recuse herself from the redistricting case." Let's head out to the weather patio now. Meteorologist Kelly Slifka has a look at your certified most accurate forecast. Kelly.
Yeah, well, it is dry out here on the patio at the noon hour, and it looks like we do have a little bit of drying, at least for a few more hours. But once again, kind of like yesterday, we're going to see some more showers pop up, and we could get some heavier downpours going into the early evening hours. But right now, high-resolution radar, you can see this large storm system just rotating. The heaviest band of rain's over there toward Milwaukee. But we're going to see more of this start to develop down to our south. And kind of like yesterday, we had these bands roll on in, and they trained over the same areas. And that's why some folks really saw some heavy rains. You might encounter a sprinkle here, say up there toward a Beaver Dam, headed toward Partyville, but that's just about it. A lot of the radar is pretty quiet here in Dane County. We did have a few sprinkles just about an hour ago. Right now, we do have the clouds lingering. You can feel the humidity out here as well with all that moisture in the air. So we are looking at scattered showers and storms to fire up a little bit later on this afternoon. Now, it looks like the heaviest concentration is going to be to the west of Madison, west of Dane County, over there toward Boscobel, Lone Rock. Expecting some of that heavy rain up toward Richland Center. That'll be later this afternoon in the evening. Some of those folks could be really getting some heavier rains if that sets up that way. But now our visible satellite shows a large storm system just spinning, and this is the one that has not been moving. Really, you go back to the late part of last week, it was off to our west far enough that we didn't get much impact, but now we are getting that rain, and that's what we can expect. And we could see some locally heavy downpours, some maybe an inch to an inch and a half. Everything should be out of here by Thursday and will dry out, and this weekend looks great as we approach the upper 70s to near 80. Another beautiful weekend headed our way, kind of like last weekend. Right now, just cloudy at the airport, 65 degrees, as we will see some of these scattered showers and embedded thunderstorms develop a little bit later on. We'll kind of map that out, who will see some of that really heavy rainfall coming up in just a bit. We also have some impressive rainfall totals. More on that coming up in 15 minutes.
All right, we'll see you then. Thanks, Kelly. President Biden is in Michigan to stand in solidarity with auto workers 12 days after they went on strike. The high-profile trip to the swing state comes a day before former President Trump planned his own visit with auto workers. Skylar Henry reports from the White House.
President Biden boarded Air Force One Tuesday on his way to Michigan to join striking auto workers on the picket lines.
They saved the automobile industry. And I think that now that the industry is roaring back, they should participate in the benefit of that.
The UAW has been on strike against Ford, General Motors, and Stellantis for 12 days now. Among other things, workers are seeking a 36% raise over 4 years, and they want to extend union protections to workers at 10 electric vehicle battery factories.
We're fighting this corporate greed. They want to suppress our wages.
I'm making less per hour than I was 23 years ago. What's wrong with that picture?
President Biden calls himself the most pro-union president ever. His trip comes one day before former president and 2024 GOP frontrunner Donald Trump is set to speak with auto workers himself in Michigan. They are far from the only politicians showing support for the auto workers.
The company CEO of GM makes like $30 million a year. I mean, these guys, increasingly, they can't afford to buy the cars that they make.
We've got to share this wealth and share this success.
As the strike expands, the economic impacts are already being felt. Ford announced Monday it would pause work on a $3.5 billion electric vehicle plant in Michigan. And some automotive suppliers in the state are warning that layoffs may soon be necessary. Skyler Henry, CBS News, the White House.
Joining the growing list of lawmakers calling on New Jersey Senator Bob Menendez to resign. This after he and his wife were federally indicted on bribery charges. Prosecutors allege that Menendez took cash, a luxury vehicle, and even solid gold bars in exchange for legislative influence. Baldwin called the charges against Menendez deeply troubling. She's at least the fourth senator to call for him to resign. Former President Trump wants to have a possible gag order rejected. Lawyers for Trump filed a memo that says special counsel Jack Smith's requested gag order is unconstitutional. Prosecutors asked U.S. District Judge Tanya Chutkan to limit Trump's ability to talk about issues including the identity and testimony from potential witnesses. Chutkan, who has overseen the case in Washington, D.C., has yet to make a decision about the requested gag order. Despite inflation easing from a 4 decades high, financial concerns are rising for many U.S. households. According to a Bank of America survey, 67% of U.S. employees say the cost of living is increasing faster than their salaries. The study also found 64% of workers say they are stressed about their financial future, while 80% of people between 35 and 44 years old say they feel likewise.
We're forced to make all these bad choices and bad decisions just to live our lifestyles, so it's pretty sad.
Meanwhile, lawmakers are trying to come up with a deal to keep the government funded by the end of the week. If a deal isn't made by then, the government will shut down. Among the potential impacts, active military members and Border Patrol agents will go without pay. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Another union could be going on strike soon, this time in the video game industry. Plus, Costco is expanding its members-only perks. That's next in the Money Watch Report.
When our clean, shiny truck pulls up in front of your house, yes, everyone starts clapping because everyone is happy. And that's why they all start dancing. Woo!
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK. Have you ever experienced this view? Hi, Andrew Larson here. With Gutter Shutter, you'll never have to experience it again. Please give up this dangerous chore and protect your home's foundation with Gutter Shutter, the strongest, most durable, maintenance-free gutter on the market. Over the past 15 years, my team has installed thousands of maintenance-free gutter systems across South Central Wisconsin. We'd love to come out and show you what Gutter Shutter can do for you and your home, but most importantly, keep you safe and off that ladder. So call today for a free estimate.
Do you suffer from chronic or severe back or neck pain? Did you know that there is now a treatment method available right here at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center that offers hope of avoiding spinal surgery for those suffering with bulging, herniated, or degenerative discs? Our therapies help reduce pain related to these conditions and have a high success rate in helping people just like you avoid back or neck surgery.
I've experienced low back pain for over 15 years. I had back surgery when I was 26 and had difficulties recovering. The doctors at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center have given me a new lease on life. I am now able to enjoy an active, pain-free lifestyle.
Call Midwest Spine and Nerve Center now to schedule a no-obligation consultation to see if our progressive pain-relieving therapies are right for you.
Happy
Happy Take and Bake Tuesday.
Every Tuesday at Papa Murphy's, you can get any large pizza for just $10.99, which makes Tuesday the best day to bring home all your favorites.
We might have too many favorites.
Order now at papamurphys.com.
Hello, Wisconsin insurance brokers. Are you seeking outstanding dental coverage options? Momentum Insurance is your answer. A locally owned Madison company, we specialize in meeting Wisconsin residents' dental insurance needs. Our comprehensive coverages, competitive commissions, bonus programs, and online portals are what set us apart. Partner with us to elevate your group dental offerings. For details, visit our website at MomentumPlans.com. Momentum Insurance, your partner for outstanding dental coverage.
When our clean, shiny truck pulls up in front of your house, yes! Everyone starts clapping because everyone is happy. And that's why they all start dancing. Woo!
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Video game voice actors and motion capture performers have voted to authorize a strike if labor negotiation talks with gaming companies fail. The union representing them, SAG-AFTRA, is also representing thousands of Hollywood actors who walked off the job more than 2 months ago. This all comes as the Writers Guild of America reached a tentative deal towards a new contract following a nearly 5-month-long strike. In a partnership with online marketplace Sesame, Costco is expanding its members-only perks to now include virtual primary health care for just $29. Virtual checkups involving a standard lab panel and virtual follow-ups with a doctor are listed online at $72, while virtual therapy sessions are as low as $79. And Pringles is joining forces with the Caviar Company to create new luxury snack kits. The Crisps and Caviar collection will feature Pringles sour cream and onion, original and barbecue flavors, paired with the Caviar Company's classic white sturgeon caviar and smoked trout roe. The kits are available for purchase at pringlesandcaviar.shop, with prices ranging from $49 to $140. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Chanel Call.
Checking Wall Street at the noon hour, the Dow Industrial is down 274 points, the NASDAQ off 146, the S&P 500 down 46. Up next, Pam has today's egg prices along with Kelly's complete forecast. And then today on Live at 4, is it better to buy or lease a new EV? Consumer Reports has the answer.
Nobody wants to think about cold weather, but now's the time to winterproof your home. Is your house cold every winter? Your home needs foam. Are your heating costs too high? Your home needs foam. Do you have different temperatures in different rooms? Your home needs foam. USA Premium Foam is over 35% more efficient than ordinary, weaker insulation. Winterproof now and get 0% financing for 72 months.
USA Insulation.
There's nothing better than a great night's sleep on a new Tempur-Pedic mattress from Steinhafels. The Tempur-Pedic Breeze is made with a one-of-a-kind cooling technology that pulls heat away from your body, making the mattress feel up to 10 degrees cooler. Right now, Queen Tempur-Pedic Breeze mattresses are only $83 per month when you use Steinhafels' 72-month financing. Plus, get $300 in Steinhafels cash. Steinhafels is your sleep solution destination. Shop in-store or online at steinhafels.com.
With Dad's arthritis, he needs extra help around the house, so I called a Grace. Yes, a Grace. With their agent home service, he can stay at home.
That's where I want to spend these months. With hospice care from a Grace, I can stay home with my dog and my grandkids and their laughter.
I had no idea laughter could be a part of my life again after Joe died, but through a Grace, I found hope and healing.
A Grace, caring every step of the way.
Meeting's in 20. I'm fine, I'll follow the GPS.
Turn left here.
Oh, can't be.
Proceed along the route.
Are you certain?
Turn right.
Are you for imprint certain?
Arrived.
Certainty matters, like the certainty of ordering items from the promotional product professionals at 4imprint.
Arrived.
To show your appreciation to clients, coworkers, and customers, make your destination 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain. He was last seen fleeing from a traffic stop in Rock County. Months later, his body was discovered in an abandoned home miles away. What happened to Christopher Miller? News 3 Now probes for answers in an exclusive discussion with the Rock County Sheriff's Office.
Thursday at 10, News 3 Now's Call for Action has settled hundreds of area consumer disputes. But we can't do it without our dedicated team of volunteers. Would you like to join us? Contact Call for Action by phone or visit channel3000.com to fill out an application. The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Well, let's check in now with Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report. Kind of wet out there.
Yeah, and I just had somebody ask me if this rain is good for our farmers. You know, at this stage in the game, everything is already established as far as crop is concerned. Doesn't matter if it's corn and soybeans or if it's apples or pumpkins. The crop is already done. In fact, this rain, because our corn is still standing out there waiting to now dry down for in the ear, a lot of the corn stalks have kind of cannibalized themselves. When we had all that hot weather back in August and September, the plant needed to survive. It needed energy to build that ear of corn. So it cannibalized its roots and its stalk. So now if we get this wet weather around, that stalk is going to start to disintegrate a little bit, and that means that the corn could kind of tip over or be more challenging for us to harvest. So although we are still deficit and behind in many areas as far as our soil recharge is concerned, that's always good whenever we can try to get some of that back, but it is not going to impact the yield or the harvest of 2023. If anything, it will delay the harvest of 2023 if it keeps on going. But like I said, still I think anybody that has ground would welcome it just as part of our recharge process. Across the state of Wisconsin, we've got about 53% of our corn silage that's been harvested. That's 6 days ahead of last year. And our soybeans, 49% of that crop looking good to excellent. That's up 2 percentage points in a week. 65% of our Wisconsin potatoes have already been dug. And pasture conditions, 22% good to excellent, no change in a week's time. Talking a little bit about what's going on, I want to remind folks there's a lot of activities that will bring you out into the country, not the least of which is our Halloween on the Farm. That is going to be happening at Schumacher Farm Park. That is going to be on October 21st in Waunakee. It's a part of the Dane County Parks District, and everybody is welcome to join the days, spend the day out at the farm. They've got all kinds of entertainment, and they are still looking for volunteers if you'd like to help. Today, a very erratic dairy day. Barrel cheese was down 4 1/4 at $1.54. 40-pound block cheese was down 2 1/4, $1.75 3/4. But get this, butter was up 14 cents. We are now at $3.14 a pound in Chicago. I hope I don't have to explain to the average consumer. That means by the time they get it into a refrigerator truck and up to the plant where you're going to be buying it, it's probably going to be more than $3.14 a pound, Mark. So like we said yesterday, just a fair warning to consumers that if you see it, if you want it, you might as well stock up, because I think the butter price might be going up, at least on the short term.
And you can freeze it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So you can freeze cheese, too, if you want.
You can freeze anything.
Yes, pretty much.
All right, stock up. Thanks, Pam.
Yep.
Let's take a look now at your complete forecast. Meteorologist Kelly Slifka out on the weather patio.
Yeah, it is dry for now. Everything's damp, though, with all the rain that we had overnight and early this morning. We are looking at a little period of some dry weather, at least for now. But take a look at what we saw yesterday. This was down to the south of Madison. We actually had a report of a tornado, a cold air funnel, if you will. This is a wall cloud that Carol saw from Brooklyn, looking to the north toward New Glarus. So this is a very ominous sight. Thankfully, there was no damage with this. If it touched down, it was very brief. That was yesterday. We aren't seeing any of that right now. We are seeing a lot of cloud cover around the area. You can see that from our sky cam. The cloud trying to break up a little bit, maybe a peak or two of sun, as we do have a dry weather right now in Madison. But a lot of humidity out there, and you can see we did get some really hefty totals. Take a look at that bullseye of red. Anywhere you see that red shading, you're talking about 4 or 5 inches of rain. We had some reports of over 5 inches of rain with that. That extended all the way down toward Platteville into parts of Grant County. That's where the heaviest rain fell. But you can see all of southern Wisconsin, at least most of southern Wisconsin, saw 1 to 3 inches of rain. The lone exception is up there on the north side of Madison, headed toward just to the west of DeForest, where amounts were less than 1 inch. Right now it's quiet. We don't have any rain here locally. We did have a few sprinkles. You might see a little bit of drizzle. Kind of feel the humidity out here at the noon hour. But right now the Doppler radar is fairly quiet, our high resolution radar, even in the Madison area. So if you are headed out now over the next hour or so, I would expect it to remain dry. But those chances will ramp up as we go into the late afternoon hours into the evening. That looks like our best chance of rain. Scattered showers overnight tonight right through tomorrow morning before starting to taper off as we go through tomorrow afternoon. And then as we get to later tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, this whole system will finally be out of here and we'll get into some drier weather for the rest of the week. And right now, the heaviest rainfall totals, once again in the same general vicinity, maybe a little bit further to the west of Madison, but looking at some of these totals, impressive, maybe an inch and a half, at least some localized spots. And that's because we're going to see these bands wrap in around this storm system, and they're going to train over the same locations. That's why some of those locations could be talking about over an inch of rain. Otherwise, we'll look at these scattered showers continue right through tomorrow, and then we're in store for some just beautiful weather closing out the month of September into October. Temperatures may be approaching 80, it looks like, by Sunday going into early next week. Right now we're at 65 in Madison, 70 in Janesville, 66 in the Adells across Dane County, 69 in Sauk City, 66 currently in Waunakee. You can feel the humidity out here, and that will fire up some more of these showers. Can't rule out a couple of thunderstorms producing some heavy downpours, and that will shift a little bit further west of Madison as we go through the late evening hours. But once again, tomorrow morning, we're going to see more of these showers scattered about, gradually becoming less and less as we go into the late morning hours and into the afternoon. And then finally, it looks like some more stable conditions by Thursday and Friday, looking great by then. Just have to deal with the next two gray, drippy days, upper 60s to around 70. But then we're in the 70s Thursday and Friday. Could be talking about 80 first day of October on Sunday. Looks like it could continue for a couple days as well.
That's not right.
Yeah, I'll take it.
It's not bad.
We know what's coming. We know what's coming.
Yeah, we know what's coming. All right, Kelly, thank you. Well, Howard's in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen now, showing us how to impress family and friends at tonight's dinner.
When it comes to making dinner, do you find yourself making the same few things over and over again? If you do, you're not alone. That's why today I want to share with you a fun way to make chicken that is super easy and is anything but boring. We start by pounding 4 boneless, skinless chicken breasts until they're about a ½ inch thick. You want to make sure you cover them with a sheet of plastic before pounding them so your kitchen doesn't get splattered. We spread each breast with a mixture we made by combining some softened cream cheese with a bit of pesto and roasted peppers. Now, we roll these up jelly roll style and secure them with a toothpick. To take these over the top, we coat them with some crushed cornflakes that we mix with some Parmesan cheese and a bit of paprika. When these come out of the oven, which, by the way, takes less than 30 minutes, are you ever in for a treat? You see, the outside is crispy crunchy, and the inside is loaded with a pinwheel of cheesy goodness. To get the recipe for our stuffed chicken roll-ups, all you have to do is go online. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a spirally delicious way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Well, coming up, UW Health Clinical Dietitian Michelle Swader talks about the changing role of breakfast, what you need to know after the break.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Get 11% off everything now at Menards. Add comfort and style to your home with new carpet from Mohawk. Weston Plush Carpet is available in 2 styles and features advanced soil and stain protection. Only 79 cents a square foot after rebate. Enjoy a beautiful view with new energy-efficient windows from Jeld-Wen. We carry a variety of styles and more than 100 size options in stock. Pick up this sliding vinyl window for only $99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Power Swabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to Power Swabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. Power Swabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stain caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth that's darker than the rest, Power Swabs can target that area using swab precision.
My favorite thing about the Power Swabs is that I was actually able to take the swab and really get through some of those areas that are kind of like untreated. I felt like I can immediately see the results, and I'm like, oh, I'm definitely starting to see the shades getting brighter and brighter, or whiter and whiter.
If you have yellowing between your teeth, if you have coffee or tea stains near your gum line, just snap, swab, and smile. And in each 5-minute application, you'll see whiter teeth. So stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays and start using the Power Swabs 5-minute solution.
Well, they're whiter, they're brighter, and I feel better about my smile. And it was so easy to do.
One friend was like, your teeth look like really white. Did you do anything to it? And I was like, I did. I did Power Swabs.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. Order Power Swabs and receive up to 50% off the retail price. And as an added bonus, get a free Power Swabs Quick Stick pen with your order. The Quick Stick pen is your on-the-go solution to help prevent stains from adhering to your teeth after drinking coffee, tea, or even after smoking. And in addition to saving up to 50% off and your free Quick Stick pen, get free shipping by ordering now. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com today.
UW Health clinical dietitian Michelle Swader is back with us. Good to see you.
Hello.
We're talking about breakfast. It's the topic of our health segment this month. I always heard breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
Well,
depends.
It depends. The first meal you have in the day is important. The skew that has happened is we've kind of assumed that you have to have it right away in the morning. It has to be quick, it has to be big, and I think that's where we're starting to rethink things. A lot of the studies that we've shown have not shown a cause or an effect for losing weight or gaining weight or having any other health benefits. So it's really personalized to what your needs are.
So if you're not hungry when you first get up?
If you're not hungry, start drinking water. A lot of it's dehydration. We usually haven't drunk much overnight, so start drinking your water, maybe some coffee and tea, and then really listen to your body when it wants the nutrition. It's important to give it the nutrition, but you don't want to give it to it when it's not ready.
And what if you have to take some meds that require food with them?
Right, so for the people who need to maybe eat many frequent meals during the day or need to eat medication in the morning and they need to have some food with it, you don't need to have a huge meal, just something small to help settle the stomach and help to process the medication. But other than that, you really could wait until your body's asking for food.
So what should your first meal of the day be?
Right, and that's one of the ironic things is breakfast is the most important meal of the day, has really come into being the least healthy of the day. So we really want to make sure that it's just as healthy as any other meal. We have a really good source of protein. We have some produce, whether that's fruits and or vegetables. You can have vegetables in the morning. Have a whole grain if there's something that you're going to have instead of like maybe a sugary Pop-Tart or cereal or something like that. And all of those proteins, fats, produce are going to help you stay full and keep your blood sugar under control in the morning too.
And be careful of the hidden sugars.
Definitely. A lot of the processed foods that we have, even if it's a breakfast bar or something like that.
Flavored oatmeal?
Yep, flavored oatmeal has not only maybe its own carbs, but extra sugars and carbs added to that. So we want to make sure that we're really focused on something that's going to keep us satisfied instead of something that's going to turn around and make us hungry faster.
This may have started back in the old farm days when you got up and did chores.
Right. I mean, we were balancing it with how active we were. Somebody was going to eat breakfast because they were going to work at sunrise. And now if we're not working until 9, there's no reason we need to have breakfast at 6. And if we have a sedentary job, we might not need as big of a breakfast as our grandparents did when they were working on the farm.
Rethinking breakfast. Michelle, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you.
Here's Kelly, one final check of the forecast.
All right, we are looking at dry weather for now, but we are calling for some scattered showers and even some embedded thunderstorms to fire up within the next couple of hours. We'll watch that as we go hour by hour, 3, 4 o'clock, some scattered showers and storms. It looks like that heavier activity is going to stay mainly from Madison areas to the west. At least that's where it looks like it'll be firing up. And then we're looking at more showers tomorrow before drying out and turning real warm for the weekend.
All right, thanks for watching, everybody. Let's be back here at 4 o'clock. Have a great afternoon.